What's up YouTube, this is Mathwas97 and welcome back to my WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. This is the 13th installment of the series, the Go Home episode prior to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. And like I said in the last episode, we have a huge announcement regarding the Royal Rumble because this year's Royal Rumble will be a 40-man Royal Rumble match. Are you guys hyped? It's gonna be the biggest event in, well, at least it's the biggest Royal Rumble in Universe Mode history. And with that being the case, it could very well be the biggest event in the history of Universe Mode, period. Now, because it's gonna be such a huge event, I do just want to give a fair warning before we get too far into this video that the next episode of Universe Mode, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view itself, it's gonna be a little whiles away. I gotta get some work done on it. I'm in the process of recording and editing, getting that all together, so don't worry, it will. If I disappear for a week or two in terms of Universe Mode videos, don't worry, I am working on it. I'm hoping that within 3 weeks from now, I'm trying to get this video uploaded on Friday, so I'm hoping about 3 weeks from now, I'll have it done by then. If possible, if I can get it done sooner and have it done in 2 weeks, that would be great, but we'll just have to see how things play out. Just want to let you guys know that ahead of time so people I don't get the comments of, "Whoa, where's the Royal Rumble, dude? What's going on? Are you dead?" No, I'm alive. I am very much so alive. I am just working on the Royal Rumble, so just have patience with me. Just have patience. So, with this being the go home episode to the Royal Rumble, everybody, they're ready to rumble. They're ready to get themselves in the Battle Royal mood, get themselves, a little bit of practice throwing people over the top rope because they've never had to do that before. But more so, going over to the top rope and not hitting the floor, because that's really the key component of a Royal Rumble. Once both feet hit the floor, you're out. You're done. So, this episode, we've got 2 6-man Battle Royals. We've kicking off with the Monday night, well, no, what am I saying? We're kicking off with the Tuesday night SmackDown Battle Royal, and in our main event, we're gonna be having the Monday Night Raw Battle Royal. So 6 men from each brand will be competing, trying to just add a little bit more momentum in their corner heading into the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. And this could be a clear indicator. I mean, as you can see right now, we've got Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. The primetime players are both in this matchup. Just perhaps seeing, well, are these two guys gonna work together? Should they be in the Rumble at the same time? Or, as is the case with Rumbles, it's every man for themselves, because only one man can win. Only one man can go on to a main event championship opportunity at WrestleMania. But temporary alliances do get formed in the Royal Rumble match for the sake of, well, the common ground, and that is getting people out of the ring and keeping yourself alive. So perhaps we could see some temporary alliances being formed almost prematurely before the Rumble actually begins. Of course, it all depends on who's going to be in the ring at the same time. For all we know, the 6 people competing in this matchup might not even see each other in the Royal Rumble match. That is a possibility. Every entrant is random. You don't know when you're coming out. Are you going number 1? Are you going number 40? That could be a huge difference as to your chances of winning the match. But getting a little bit of extra momentum on your side in this matchup, not a bad thing. You want to try to get as much momentum as you can heading into the Royal Rumble. Let me know down in the comment section below, who is your pick to win the Royal Rumble match? We've got a couple of strong contenders going into this one. Actually, we've got a lot of them, quite frankly. But there are a couple dark horses as well who could perhaps sneak in and catch us all by surprise. Perhaps one of them being SmackDown's newest superstar, The Miz. As we saw in the last episode, The Miz and Tyler Breeze picked up the tag team victory over Kofi Kingston and Big E of the New Day, and that matchup eliminated the New Day from entering in the Royal Rumble match, and it has thus kept The Miz and Tyler Breeze in the Rumble so they don't have to worry about losing their spot. And I mean, they'll probably basically tell you that they've already eliminated 3 people before the match has even begun. Which is, you know, fair play. That's 3 less people to deal with. But The Miz, since coming over from Monday Night Raw, we saw him pick up a singles victory over Jack Swagger just last week on SmackDown, and then of course the tag team win this past SmackDown. But the question is, really, out of all of these men in the matchup, who would you say has the best chance of winning the whole thing? It all comes down to entry as well, because you could be Brock Lesnar, you could be one of the clear favorites going into the Rumble, but you enter at number 1, you're gonna have much more than, if I can even talk, you're gonna have more than a full plate on your hands. Same would be said for Roman Reigns, who, you know, he has had a bit of a rocky road this past month. He was in shape to be the next number 1 contender, but he fell short in the number 1 contenders match against Adrian Neville, and now Roman Reigns, well, his last shot at getting himself into the WWE title picture is to win the Royal Rumble match. But just because Reigns, he's had a bit of a rough time of it as of late, the loss to Neville 2 weeks ago, then of course the loss to, actually it was 3 weeks ago, and then the loss to, no, it was 2 weeks ago, what am I saying? And then the loss to Kevin Owens on the last episode of SmackDown, losing via a countout. Reigns, he basically cost himself the match, wasn't aware of the referee's count, speared Owens through the barricade, tossed him back into the ring, but he didn't have enough time to get his own body back into the ring. So Reigns, his honor sort of backfired on him there. He wanted to win by pinning the WWE Champion Kevin Owens just to really make an extra statement heading into the Rumble. But unfortunately, it backfired on him, and he lost by countout. Well, tonight, he doesn't have to worry about a countout. He doesn't have to worry about a disqualification. He just has to make sure that he doesn't get thrown over the top rope with both feet touching the floor. And this is what's going to happen in the Royal Rumble setting. Chaos all over the place as The Miz and Sheamus going at it. Roman Reigns going after Titus O'Neil, the former Intercontinental Champion. We know that those two have a tiny bit of history dating back to King of the Ring, where Titus O'Neil in the semifinals had to eliminate Roman Reigns in order to advance to the finals of the tournament. Meanwhile, Darren Young looking to eliminate Jack Swagger here. Swagger is in trouble. The former, no, he just manages to hang on. Titus saves himself from elimination as well. But the former United States Champion Jack Swagger in this matchup. Titus, like I said, the former Intercontinental Champion. Sheamus, the former World Heavyweight Champion. Miz as well, he's a former Intercontinental Champion. So the only 2 men in this matchup who have never held any sort of gold in Universe Mode would be Roman Reigns and Darren Young. So perhaps the Royal Rumble could be the ultimate opportunity for guys like these two who have never held a championship in their Universe Mode careers to go out there and earn themselves a guaranteed main event championship opportunity at WrestleMania. It would be big. And you want to talk about WrestleMania history as well. Let's take a look at the past, I should say the history, I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but in terms of how these superstars have fared at WrestleMania. Sheamus, unfortunately for him, he was not involved at last year's WrestleMania. The same can be said for Jack Swagger and The Miz. So right off the bat, 3 people who did not make it to WrestleMania last year. However, Titus O'Neil and Darren Young were both involved in the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship, which Titus O'Neil was the victor in that matchup. And that really led to the career, really like the genesis of Titus O'Neil's career as a singles competitor. As right now, Titus looking to eliminate Swagger here, but I think Swagger might just be able to keep himself in this matchup. And then when it comes to Roman Reigns, he, along with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, back when the Shield was still a thing, they defeated the Wyatt family in 6-man tag team action at WrestleMania. But of course, after that, Reigns got drafted over to SmackDown via the WWE draft, and things, well, kind of seemed to fall apart from there. We've seen the effects on Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, he hasn't quite been able to achieve the level of success that he was hoping to. You would have thought by now, I mean, especially judging by Roman Reigns' initial run here on SmackDown, you would have thought that Roman Reigns could have been a surefire WWE champion. As I say that, Sheamus has just been eliminated by Titus O'Neil. So Sheamus, the former world champion, is gone. I wouldn't have pegged him to be the first man eliminated from this matchup, but he's gone nonetheless. And wait a minute, looks like Jack Swagger is gonna join him as Miz hangs him out with that neck breaker. So Titus O'Neil and The Miz so far, each with an elimination under their belt. Reigns and Titus going at it. The Miz and Darren Young going at it. And this could be the opportunity where Darren Young and Titus O'Neil could work together. I mean, you see right now, Darren taking care of The Miz. Titus has got Roman Reigns. This could be bad news for Reigns and The Miz should the primetime players start to gain the upper hand in this matchup. That's really where the numbers advantage comes into play. And numbers play a big role in the Royal Rumble. It's all about the numbers. As right now, The Miz has got Darren Young. Look out, snapmare driver. And Titus O'Neil has got Roman Reigns up for a vertical suplex, but he's gonna hold it there. Titus O'Neil showcasing his strength as Darren goes over the top rope, and a suplex from Titus, but Titus didn't see it. Darren Young is eliminated by The Miz. So there goes the numbers game. Titus O'Neil now, he could be gone as well. Reigns and Miz perhaps looking to go to work on Titus, try to get him out of the matchup. No, but Titus able to shoulder his way back into it. And no, but still, Reigns and The Miz are working together. They are not giving Titus O'Neil a chance to breathe. Perhaps Reigns and Miz both see Titus as the ultimate threat in this matchup. Oh, it was a huge knee there delivered by The Miz. Reigns currently down in the corner. This is the opportunity for Miz or Titus to get an elimination. Oh, reverse DDT there by The Miz as Reigns is back to his feet. And look at this again. Reigns and The Miz, a bit of an odd alliance there, but they're double teaming Titus nonetheless. Oh, Superman punch! Superman punch out of nowhere. And it seems as though Miz and Reigns have really singled Titus O'Neil out as the clear target, the clear threat in this matchup that they want to get out of here. I mean, Titus, he is a former Intercontinental Champion, King of the Ring winner. He's got quite the pedigree to his name. And that's precisely why Miz and Reigns are looking to get Titus out of this matchup. Miz looking for the elimination. Is he gonna get it? Titus is struggling, and Titus is gone! The Miz has eliminated 3 men in this matchup, but it looks like his string of luck could be on its last legs as Roman Reigns. No! Miz able to shoulder his way back into it. You want to talk about battle royals? Roman Reigns, the last time he was in one, he was eliminated by Wade Barrett way back last April in the build-up to Extreme Rules, a battle royal to determine the #1 contender for the WWE title. Reigns was eliminated then, and Roman Reigns is eliminated now. The Miz, of all people. The Miz has won this battle royal. Not only did he win it, he dominated it. The Miz eliminating Jack Swagger, Darren Young, Titus O'Neil, and Roman Reigns to win it all. Could this be a foreshadowing of what is to come this Sunday? The Miz, 4 eliminations, and he wins this battle royal. Could he be a potential favorite after this to win the Royal Rumble? Could The Miz go on to main event WrestleMania? It certainly would be the career resurrection that Miz is hoping for here on SmackDown. If he keeps up this kind of work, this kind of performance, well, he might just win it all. And welcome back now to main event. as you just saw there in that brief little ad, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to if I can even talk, say his name, Heel Diggy. Of course, Friday Night Nexus. If you haven't seen it already, be sure to go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll remember to put it there this time. It's gonna be there. It's awesome. Friday Night Nexus. It's an awesome universe mode. You should go check it out. See what you think of it. I've seen it personally. I think it's pretty good. And it's just gonna be starting up with Season 2 here in WWE 2K17. November 11th. It's coming. Friday Night Nexus. So be sure to check it out. I'm going to leave a link to FNN The End, the final event that Diggy did in WWE 2K16. It was an awesome event. We had some really cool matches in there, including a no-canvas death match between Raven and Hardcore Bob Holly. So, if you haven't seen it already, well, hopefully I should have sold you on it by now if you had been listening. Hopefully you're interested in it now. But before you click that link, just be sure to finish watching this video and then go check out FNN The End. Unless you want to pause now and come back to it later. That's up to you. Do whatever. But to focus back on the event at hand, Cesaro making his way to Cesaro's in the ring. Sami Zayn making his way to the ring, as this is of course Monday Night Raw's Battle Royal. I mean, we saw The Miz win the last one, so if this could be the night of the underdog here on main event. The Miz was perhaps a dark horse. Talking about dark horses heading into the Royal Rumble, Sami Zayn would have to be near the top of the list as well. Sami Zayn, he's had, well, his pay-per-view record isn't exactly something to boast about. In fact, in his last 3 pay-per-view appearances, that being Fastlane, Survivor Series, and Battleground, Sami Zayn lost all of his matches, but Sami Zayn, every time he comes out here to the ring, he puts on a hell of a performance, and especially whenever he's on Monday Night Raw, Sami Zayn is able to pick up the victories to keep himself relevant, to keep his name in the mix of potential contenders. But it's just, he hasn't quite been able to make that final step. He hasn't quite been able to find that last piece of the puzzle that he's been missing. Perhaps the Royal Rumble could be the opportunity for everything to fall into place for Sami Zayn. But you want to talk about a man who has had it all and lost it all. You're looking at him, the Viper, Randy Orton, the former World Heavyweight Champion. And Randy Orton, he's actually been in a pretty impressive form as well, along with Cesaro. However, his recent match with Cesaro on Monday Night Raw, he did come up short. But the last time Randy Orton was on pay-per-view, it was at Fastlane when he defeated Samoa Joe in a street fight. But at Survivor Series, it was Samoa Joe who picked up the win over Orton, so Orton's been kind of up and down as of late. Want to trace it back even further? Battleground, he lost in his potential to the match where he could have potentially won back his World Heavyweight Championship to become a 2-time World Champion, but he was unsuccessful. He came up short against Ryback, and that was the last shot that Orton had at the world title. But still, I'd have to say, coming over to Monday Night Raw has done wonders for this man's career. On SmackDown, there was often long stretches of time where Orton wasn't even making the regular SmackDown shows, but since he's come over to Monday Night Raw, he really has revitalized his career and really resurrected himself, resurrected the Apex Predator of old, and now dubbing himself the Rookie Killer. So he really has found that drive that he was missing on SmackDown, and perhaps it could ultimately lead to him being the next Royal Rumble winner. Of course, last year, it was CM Punk, the former 2-time WWE Champion, who won the Royal Rumble. CM Punk, he's been out of action since SummerSlam, when Brock Lesnar took him out and ultimately stole his WWE Championship after he stole Daniel Bryan's Money in the Bank. Daniel Bryan as well, we have not seen or heard from him since SummerSlam. You never know, with the Royal Rumble, anything can happen, anyone can show up, legends could return. Perhaps Daniel Bryan or CM Punk, maybe, hopefully they can be recovered, and perhaps we could see them appear in the Royal Rumble. You never know what could happen. even then, new superstars could make appearances. We could have brand new people debut to the... I mean, last year, we had Corey Graves. He made his first appearance on the main roster. Corey Graves, we haven't seen him since SummerSlam as well, so maybe Corey Graves could come back. Who knows? But, talking about the here and now, really the attention we should be focusing is on the men about to compete in this Battle Royal. And we mentioned him earlier, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. I'd have to say Samoa Joe, another strong contender heading into the Rumble. And I don't want to brush over Zack Ryder either. Zack Ryder, he got a victory over Curtis Axel in the last episode of Monday Night Raw to really build some momentum heading into the Royal Rumble for himself. And even when he hasn't been winning matches, the last time we saw him, he brought the fight to Baron Corbin. Ultimately, though, he did come up short in that encounter, but Zack Ryder's really been stepping up his game. I think if there was ever an opportunity for Zack Ryder to win a Royal Rumble, it would be now. He's perhaps in his best form ever in Universe Mode. And then, of course, we've got a man who has been top-notch in his performances, like his methods or not. Seth Rollins, you have to say, he has been in the best form of his career. When is the last time this man lost on pay-per-view before Fastlane? Fastlane, that was against Ryback for the World Heavyweight Championship. We thought perhaps it could have been the night for Seth Rollins to realize his ultimate goal of becoming the World Champion, but he just couldn't get the job done when it came down to the final few moments. However, prior to Fastlane, take a look at his string of victories. Survivor Series, one of the two sole survivors alongside the now World Heavyweight Champion Dolph Ziggler. Take it back a little bit further to Battleground, he did lose to Rusev. King of the Ring, he may have lost to Titus O'Neil in the finals, but Seth Rollins made it to the finals. He went through Cesaro, Rob Van Dam, and as well as that, Seth, whoa, he's looking to eliminate Ryder, but Zack Ryder skins the cat. He's back in this thing. That's the thing. If both feet do not hit the floor, you're still in the match. One foot can hit the floor, one arm could hit the floor, it doesn't matter. If it's not both feet, well, then you're still as good as... That one kind of got away from me. Anyways, focusing back on the match at hand. Sami Zayn looking to eliminate Samoa Joe. Randy Orton going after Cesaro, looking to reignite the... It seems like there's perhaps still some unfinished business there after the match on Monday Night Raw. Ryder looking to try to eliminate Seth Rollins, as Rollins over the top rope could be in danger of elimination. No, but he's able to shoulder his way back into the ring. Sami Zayn dumped over the top, but he just barely hangs on. Samoa Joe looking to shove him out under that bottom rope. Randy Orton looking to eliminate Cesaro as well in a similar fashion, but both men keep themselves alive. As Ryder really bringing the fight to Seth Rollins. Could say that Zack Ryder could be a potential dark horse, underdog heading into the Rumble. Have to say though, if you're looking for a favorite to win it all, I'd have to say Seth Rollins would be at the top of the list. To go back to what I was trying to say earlier, King of the Ring, he had a dominant performance. Before that though, Night of Champions and SummerSlam, he defeated Dean Ambrose on two separate occasions, one of them taking place inside of a steel cage. And then of course, at Money in the Bank, he had a hell of a street fight against Triple H, which of course he was the victor there as well. Last year really was the year for Seth Rollins. It's no wonder he was one of the top contenders for Superstar of the Year, which I do want to remind you all that the voting for the Slammy Awards is still open. You've got probably about another month or so yet until the Slammy Award voting is eventually closed. Hold the phone! No, Seth Rollins able to get himself back into the ring. But yes, the Slammy Awards, they are still a thing. You can still vote on them if you haven't already. You've got a little bit of time yet. So of course, if you haven't seen a lot of the, like if you haven't seen the past year in Universe Mode, so you really don't know what's being nominated, I would rather you not vote. I'd rather you vote if you knew like what exactly was going on. So you had the proper knowledge of who really has had the best year. As Seth Rollins eliminates Zack Ryder, Sami Zayn, he's in trouble, but he's able to keep himself alive in this matchup. So yes, the Slammy Awards, if you haven't voted already, be sure to go do that. Or if you are unfamiliar with the past year in Universe Mode, maybe you're just now finding my channel, well, then I would say to go familiarize yourself. You've got the time to do it. But of course, finish watching this video first. As Samoa Joe, he's finished. Sami Zayn eliminates Samoa Joe from this matchup, and we are down to 4. It is Zayn, Rollins, Orton, and Cesaro. As Sami Zayn, that is not a good place to be in the Rumble match. You don't want to be up on that top rope because, according to Murphy's Law, if anything could go wrong, it will go wrong. Especially when you're up on that top rope. You're just giving it, I mean, you're really just rolling the dice if you choose to go for a high-risk move like that. But another thing I want to mention real quick while we're bringing these things up is something new that actually just popped up over on the Brennan Plays forums. If you haven't checked it out already, I'm going to leave a link in the description to that as well. The Universe Mode rumor mill. So if you want to know anything that could potentially be wait, hold on. I'll get back to that. Randy Orton is eliminated. Seth Rollins eliminates the Viper. And we are down to 3. So yes, the Universe Mode rumor mill. That just recently popped up on the Brennan Plays forums. Be sure to go check it out. You can perhaps see what could potentially be happening in the future of this Universe Mode. Got a bunch of rumors over there. New posts every Tuesday. And unless some other new people start adding rumors that I don't know about, then it could that could be subject to change as well. It could be more often than just Tuesday, but the one that I know of is every Tuesday. So I'll leave a link to that in the description. Be sure to go check it out. And if you've never heard of the Brennan Plays forums, well, then you should go sign up because there's a lot of cool stuff over there. I've got some cool pages over there besides the Universe Mode rumor mill, sweet chin music, and Sami Zayn is gone. Huge super kick from Seth Rollins. And we're down to 2. It is Rollins and Cesaro. Cesaro with a European uppercut. And I have to say, talking about favorites to win the Rumble, both of these men are incredibly strong contenders. Both had an amazing past year in Universe Mode. Both potential Superstar of the Year nominees. For Monday Night Raw is, oh, what a move there by Cesaro, tossing Rollins off the top rope. That's what I'm talking about. You don't want to go up to that top rope. Cesaro, if he had redirected that, Rollins could already be out of this match. As Cesaro now looking to dump him over the top. Rollins, well, he's just able to hang on. But how much longer is he going to be able to do that? Rollins, he's got one foot out, and he might just be moments away from his elimination. No, is he gonna? No. Rollins just able to hang on to that bottom rope, keep himself alive in this matchup for just a little while longer. As now it's Cesaro who's in trouble. Seth Rollins looking for the elimination. He just had a really close scare there moments ago. And now he's looking to toss Cesaro out of the ring. Drop kick. No! Cesaro just barely hangs on as Rollins off the ropes and he takes him down with a swing blade. Seth Rollins now scaling to the top rope. There it is again, and it's not gonna pay off. He went for the Phoenix Splash, but it backfired. Cesaro, can he get the elimination? Rollins, 1 foot in the grave. Cesaro off the ropes. Big time clothesline, but Rollins just able to hang on. Cesaro, can he muscle him out from that bottom rope? Cesaro, he's just gotta shove him out. But Rollins' grip on that bottom rope. Oh, he's able to hang on again. Cesaro just can't get this man out. Seth Rollins just will not go away. As Cesaro now, he's caught. Rollins over the top rope, he's gone. Seth Rollins has done it. He is your winner. Much like The Miz, Seth Rollins wins the Battle Royal tonight and continues to build on his already impressive streak of momentum. Cesaro, he came close, but he just couldn't get it done. That's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep on YouTubing.